With all in me, tonight, I proudly, like you can't imagine, proudly, accept with honor beyond belief this absolute opportunity to serve as your United States Senator. I'll do the job.
That's what victory looks like. West Virginia Governor Jim Justice is moving to the Senate, one of at least 3 Republicans to take the Senate seats away from Democrats, giving the GOP control. Scott MacFarlane is watching the fight for both houses of Congress. Scott, good morning to you. What's the latest?
There still is that other matter of the U.S. House of Representatives, which would be a check or balance against President-elect Trump if the Democrats can get control of the House back. It's morning, so I'll keep math to a minimum, but look at the numbers over my head. 197 seats seem safe for the Republicans, 188 for Democrats. That leaves exactly 50 not fully called. Roughly half of those are true battleground toss-up races, and for Democrats, they have a pathway to the majority, but they have a problem. Things are playing out pretty even right now all across the country, and Democrats can't play even. They've got a net 4 seats overall. Republicans made some inroads in those battleground presidential states. In Michigan, Tom Barrett, the Republican, wins a seat previously held by Democrats. They're also making inroads in some of the otherwise blue states. There's Mike Lawler holding on to his battleground seat in New York. Democrats doing a little bit of the same. They're playing even. In Michigan, the battleground state, the Republicans going to come up short, it appears, at least per our projections, to the Democrat in a seat held by Democrats. And let's go to the New York 19th, a seat Mark Molinaro has held for 1 term in upstate New York. He is falling short now to the Democrat. This feels like a draw as they go across the country in these battleground races, and Democrats still have to make inroads. Where can they do it still? A lot of seats still to call in California, Oregon, Washington State. They'll need to run up some margins there if they want control of the U.S. House. But, Gayle, the bottom line is this. It looks like the House is going to be narrowly divided either way. That was trouble over the past couple of years.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. More to come for sure.
Well, let me ask Scott a question, real quick, Gayle, before we go. So, Scott, what do you expect, having covered Congress for as long as you have? What kind of legislation can we expect if the Republicans take control of both houses of Congress?
If Republicans have the entire Congress and they have the White House, here are 2 things you won't have to be talking about next year: debt ceiling crisis or government shutdowns. They'll move in synchronicity with each other. They'll stay in lockstep. They won't have all those last-minute standoffs, those stressful edge-of-your-seat type of standoffs next year. But really, there's nobody in Congress who is going to be positioned to push back on President-elect Trump in the Republican Party. He has a mandate with the popular vote, and his endorsement still helps you win your primary. His defection from you as a Republican could cost you your seat.
Scott.
Yeah, go ahead, Gayle.
Scott, many people, depending on your point of view, are surprised by the results for the presidential race. Are you surprised by what is happening in Congress, the results that we got this morning?
What is most striking is all these presidential battleground races. There seems to be the coattails that have made 3-term incumbents, long-term incumbents, endangered. Bob Casey in Pennsylvania, his father was the governor. He is a legend in this state. He is the proud son of Scranton. Look at these numbers. He is trying to preserve a seat that has been his for 18 years.
All right, Scott.